What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Rex back here with another video, and today I played 10 payload games and documented the bots inside of it and the frequency of the bots happening and other statistics in 10 different payload maps. This took a while to put together, but what I found at the end of the video may shock you. It will be sequenced out into the 10 different maps, 5 of which are pretty popular maps and 5 of which are kind of out there maps, but they're all PL payload, so it is the most popular game mode by far. But without further ado, we're going to get into this, and at the end, what you see will probably shock you. So let's do it. First map I played was Swiftwater, arguably one of the best payload maps. In my opinion, it's the third, but the first game I joined was completely full of bots like a Megatronic and the Mechanator bots, and also new Spy Crab bots. That was the first game. I left and joined a second one, which was full of players, although bots did often join when a player left, but they were kicked right away. Overall, Swiftwater is playable, I would say about 90% of the time. 10% of the times you queue, you will get a full bot lobby and have to re-queue. But overall, I saw only about 4 bots in this full game that I played, excluding the first one. Second map I played was Snowy Coast, and I have a very love-hate relationship with this map. I'm not here to talk about that though, I'm here to talk about the bots, so we're going to dive into that. I joined 3 games. It took me 3 games at 5:30 in the afternoon to find one that wasn't completely full of bots. And during the entire game, bots joined and often stopped pushes, and was overall just a not great experience. This is a map that every time I queue into payload, I always find this map full of bots, and I don't know if that's just a random thing or if there's a reason why they're on there. But overall, I found in this game only 5 bots joined during the duration. And you can probably see in this clip, there is one in the game somewhere. If you can spot it, I'd be impressed. But overall, we saw 5 bots in this game, bringing up our total to like 11 at this point. I really hope you like that. This is what you hear if you join any Team Fortress 2 game right now. There are the mic spammer bots. There's a million different kinds of bots, and it's just terrible. That was my friend dancing right there. That video fit the vibe. But I'm here to talk about the bots and not that, okay? So going to the bots this game, that was like the 3rd lobby I joined in a row that was full of bots, just completely filled with bots. And this lobby was no different. It started off with about 2 bots on each team, but we kicked them both, and they kept joining throughout the entire time. So overall, Badwater, aka Botwater, in my opinion, it's basically unplayable in the state of the game unless you're playing with a big queue that can kick the bots, or you get lucky, because it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to find an actual playable game on this map. So if you get in a lobby of Badwater that isn't full of bots and you want to play Badwater the entire night, I'd recommend just staying in that lobby and not leaving, or else you will not find another game. And that's like it for a few other maps too, which we will get into. But overall, I would just say Badwater is pretty much unplayable at this moment in time, and something's got to be done. And in this game, we'll say there is about 6 bots total throughout the start to the end. So that'll bring our total up to about 17 bots so far. So yeah, up next we have Pier here. This is actually a very good map in my opinion. But for the bots, it's also suffers from the same thing as Badwater. It is hard to find a lobby of Pier that isn't infested with bots. In this case, there were 2 bots on my team when I joined. However, no other bots joined throughout the game because the team stayed full. But you have to find a good lobby, which is the case for most of these games. If you don't find a good lobby, your game won't be enjoyable and your game won't be good. So in the case for Pier, this one was really just, I found a fortunate enough lobby where people weren't leaving and people kicked the bots quick enough for real players to join in time. But overall, I only saw about 4 bots in this one match I played, not including the other times I tried to join the servers, and it was full of bots. Up now, we have Borneo, one of my personal favorite maps for Payload. This, I actually had a very good time finding lobbies. There were very few bots in the lobbies I joined. Every server I joined did not have a big bot problem as the other ones had. Overall, the experience on this one was good. No bots were found, at least I believe when looking through my old footage. And the server was fun to play and bot free, and just kind of reminded me of old Team Fortress 2. However, I should state that I've played Team Fortress 2 since the start of the bot crisis, and every map differs. And I remember earlier this year, around December, Borneo was infested with bots also, like every map was. So it really all depends on when they decide to target a map or when not. It really all depends on the bot hosters. But yeah, overall, it was a really enjoyable experience though. No bots were found. So this total stays the same for this time. Barnyard Blitz, where do I start? One of the best NGNS maps at the end. I mean, I could go there, but we're here to talk about the bots, and you stay on topic, man. I'm really bad at that. Anyways, joining the first game, it was like 75% bots, 25% players. I got out of there as quick as I could because they started to vote kick on me. So I just joined another game, and this is the game that you're seeing currently. There were no bots in it at the start. Bots did join throughout it, though, but they were kicked. I think I saw, I want to say 3 bots during the course of this game. The game was full most of the time. So not so many bots joined throughout it unless someone left. A bot usually joined right away afterwards. But overall, Barnyard Blitz was an enjoyable experience. And most of the times you won't get too many big bot lobbies, but it all, like I said, all depends how many players are, like real players are online at that moment, queuing up for Payload. So at this time, I think Barnyard is playable, and it definitely is one of my more favorite maps. Good old Upward, one of my favorite Team Fortress 2 maps ever. It's a very fun payload map with every point actually being fun to play on, but that also makes it literally the worst for bots, bro. Every game I joined into that wasn't past 5 o'clock in the afternoon was pure bots. I was not able to play a single map of Upward for a period of 5 hours. I didn't work yesterday, so I was just playing Team Fortress 2. So not a single playable lobby up until when more players got on in the afternoon, which is crazy. Upward is definitely having the worst problem with bots that I've seen. It has throughout the entire botting crisis since 2020, and it just keeps showing. So right now, literally Upward is unplayable if you want to play it in the morning or afternoon. At the time of recording this, I tried to play one in the morning. I did not get into a single player lobby of Upward. It was only bots. So I would avoid Upward unless it's later at night with more people on. And it's just a shame that a good map has kind of came to this, but that's kind of what we're at now. So Upward is not good. This game, I probably saw about 8 bots join in, so that's just racking up the total, man. For our 9th map, I played Thunder Mountain, everyone's favorite Disney ride. Overall, this map suffers from the same issues as previously once stated. There were some lobbies full of bots, some that weren't. The first lobby I joined was pure bots, so I had to join a second one. And this one had bots joining all throughout the second half of the game when I was on defense. So overall, Thunder Mountain is actually pretty fun. It's one of my favorite stage maps. I know not a lot of people say that. The third stage is kind of rough. First 2 are perfection. Perfect, down to the last minute detail. And then the third one's just buns. But overall, it was fun. The bots weren't too big of a problem in here. And this was played at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was kind of surprising not to get a bot lobby. I did see a few bots in this game, though. I believe there were 2 by the time this individual round ended. So that's just in this one game, not counting the other ones. But yeah, it's kind of sad. But hey, live by the fortress, die by the fortress, man.
For a lifetime. Although, go.
So yeah, that was the second lobby I joined of Frontier, and as you can tell, there were bots in it. There were 3 bots, I believe, there in the lobby right before it started. And the game before this, it was only bots, so I left and joined this one. Frontier is one of those maps that I kind of just call a bot map because I'd say majority of the lobbies are filled up with bots, at least in my time. Frontier can be a fun map, but it's just tough to find a good map, or a lobby, I shouldn't say map, but a lobby that isn't filled with bots, which is sad because this is a great map. It's very well made, and most classes can have a fun time on it. So overall, based on this, the other team had 2 bots starting out as well. So that's 5 bots in this one lobby alone at the start, and more bots did join throughout the game because the server didn't fill up until about the second point. So we can just say there were about 7 bots in this lobby, give or take a few. And yeah, that kind of wraps it up for the 10 maps, and now I can actually dive deeper into my study. It's just such a shame that the game came to this, that the bots are this bad, that so many great maps are unplayable. Apologies everyone, I actually lied to you. Phoenix was the final map I played. I'm telling you, this was the best game of Medic I've ever played in a while. Throughout it all, there were no bots. Absolutely 0 bots in this game. And then the second and third Phoenix lobbies I joined, there were 0 bots. So if you're looking for a bot-free experience, just go to this gem of a map. It's honestly pretty fun. I don't really play it too much, but for the video I did, and man, it was good. This was a fun map to play on, especially with the no bots atmosphere and everyone having to do such teamwork on the final point to actually push. You just can't pub push it. You all have to coordinate. So yeah, overall, this map is great. No bots. Definitely recommend it if you haven't tried it out yet. It's like one of those maps that you're like, oh, it's a new map, I don't want to play it. Nah, man, it's such a fun map. I'd recommend everyone gives it a go. And yeah, that will wrap it up for this part. So let's get into the statistics now. So yeah, as it says, I'm just going to give you the end statistics. So over the course of these 10 games played, that I found 39 bots. Although in 2 of the games, there were no bots that were in the game or joined during the duration I was in it. So this leaves obviously a higher percentage that you will encounter a bot in every game you play, which is sad. A game that we all love and play and want to see fixed is getting ruined by these bots. So in Payload at this moment, if you join a game, it's about a 90% chance you're going to see a bot. Like, I honestly shouldn't say 90. It's almost like given at this point that you're gonna see at least 1 bot. Usually the Megatronic or Mechanator bots are the most common I've been seeing. But also, if you don't play Payload Maps, especially King of the Hill right now, King of the Hill is practically unplayable. Good luck trying to find a Harvest match without a single bot in it. It's impossible. The entire lobbies are overrun with these like My Little Pony bots. It's crazy. It's kind of funny. But it's also sad. So overall, we'll wrap it up by saying most of the Payload maps aren't necessarily unplayable, but they have a very large count of bots, which will affect your gameplay in some way depending on how many are in there. But there are also a few maps that I went to, such as Phoenix, that had no bots, like the last map we went over. So overall, everyone's differences will be different, but from someone who streams and records, I'm obviously finding a wide variety of bots in many lobbies, and it's obviously affecting a lot of people and not just myself. So I really want to hear what you guys have to say though. If you guys have any solutions of what you think Valve should do, please leave it in the comments below. And if you want me to follow this up with any other kind of videos at this point, also let me know. I'd love to do that. And if you guys see me in game, I either go by the name of Nickelback Enjoyer or twitch.tv/RexTV. I hope to see you guys there and just say hi. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And this is Rex out. Peace.